What's up, guys? Welcome to my garage. I got a pretty fun one today. I rounded up all my tube steel scraps and remnants and got a bunch of parts and put together this pretty cool welded coat rack. So stick around and I'll show you how I did it.
So here we go at this point, cut up about 1 million parts. And since I only had a couple of short pieces of this 2x2, I'm gonna splice them together and strong back it with a piece of angle and clamp it down to the table. Tack her up with 4 tacks in the fixture and then weld this piece out. So anytime I've got to make more than one part, I always do a little fixture. So here I'm going to make a little 90-degree jig, tack down to the table with a couple of pieces of 2x2 angle. That way I can make them all the same, and I know they'll be pretty close to 90 degrees when I'm finished. So here I'm going to fit up the legs, and you can see it makes it way easier if you got some way to just clamp them all in so you can tack them all up. This way I know that all 3 of them will be exactly the same. So there we got the first one out of the jig, perfectly 90 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next 2. So, I don't know, it must be a force of habit that I have, but after I pull each one out of the jig, I've got to check it for square. So with the same fixture, I'm going to start fitting up the 8 jacket hooks. So since we're using the 1x1, I'm just gonna put each part on top of the other one, that way I can make sure they're all pretty close to the same. Now that we got our parts all fit up, we're just going to go ahead and weld them all out on the table so it's easier to move everything around, and then we'll fit it up to the base. So here I'm just doing a couple of 45-degree notches on 2 of the legs. So now I'm starting to fit the legs up and checking each one for square, trying to get it as close as I can. So here I'm fitting up the last of the jacket hooks. For some reason I must have hit the wrong button on my camera because I lost a lot of the footage of the process of putting all the rest of them on, but I think you get the picture on how to do it right here. Here I'm just cutting out a little piece of flat bar so I can cap off the top. Zing down the tack welds a little bit and weld everything out. There, so now it's all welded up, and I think I'm going to run over it with wire wheel and hit some of the joints with my sander, give it a final wipe down with lacquer thinner, and this project is finished. Alright, there you have it. We got us a Coatrack. Boom!